Ladies and gents, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Hope you are all absolutely spectacular. Today is a Monday. Today is roughly about day 190 of the gaining phase. It's been a little while since I've jumped on the YouTube. Last time I was on, I think I was maybe about 101 kilos. Now I'm sitting around like 102.5. In fact, no, last time I was on, I think I was maybe about 102. So very slight gains as usual. Still aiming for that 1% a month, which is actually going very, very well. I think in the past, in like my previous gaining phases, I've definitely gone like, I've gained way too fast for a short period of time, then realised I was gaining too fast, stopped gaining completely because I reduced my food, and then I'd decide to go into a gaining phase again, gain way too fast, and it would just be this continuous cycle rather than being in a nice linear trajectory. So this time is different. We're pretty much every month gaining a kilo, which is what I was aiming for, and it seems to be going well. Training is definitely benefiting from it. We're pretty much progressing on everything. In fact, last week, not last week, sorry, it was the other day, trained posterior. We actually filmed that for the One Coaching channel. Now, this might have been because we were filming it, because I do tend to perform quite well when I'm on camera. So maybe that says something about my current training. But I basically went for 180 kilo hip hinge. Usually, or the week before I did, or 2 weeks before actually, I did 172.5, but it was flying, like 160 flew. So I thought I'll give 180 a go. Got 4, which is only a rep down. So I was like 7.5 kilos up, 1 rep down, which I'll very much take. And hopefully, well, I think I can attribute that to the consistency of this gaining phase. So if there's one lesson in there, treat your gaining phases like a diet. Be accurate. Be consistent on a day-to-day basis. You'll definitely reap the rewards. Now, that's not to say be really like, what's the word? Stringent, is it? Don't be too iffy about going out for food when you're in a gaining phase. Like, of course you can fit things in. So, unlike a diet where you realistically do have to be a little bit restrictive. In a gaining phase, you don't have to be as restrictive, but if you can still be as consistent with protein intake, with getting actually good food sources for the vast majority of the time, like I say, you'll definitely benefit. So yeah, today we're in for upper. We've got B modified upper on the cards as usual. I think this session's definitely been on the YouTube before. I don't think there's many changes. I can't actually remember what the session was last time I did it, but it is the same as usual. Lateral, 2 presses, 2 pulling movements, bicep, tricep, and abs at the start as well, if I remember. If I don't remember, it's going to be at the end. So, one of my favourite sessions of the week. The only consideration for today is that, like I said, I trained posterior with the hip hinge. I did that on Saturday. I usually do that on Friday, but I did it on Saturday so we could do the film. Not the film, speaking like it's a movie. So we could do the YouTube. But now my erectors are still pretty toast from that session. So we'll see on the back movements. If I'm like completely sore, I'll probably not do them. But if it feels a little bit sore and I can, still hit decent enough numbers, I will do. Realistically, I'm probably going to do them anyway. But if it's very bad, I'll actually be sensible and recover. So yeah, 35 minutes out. I'll probably pick the camera back up when I'm about 10 minutes out. Maybe have a little chat, or I'll see you in the gym. Yeah, see you there, or in the car, whatever. I'll see you in the next clip. Bye. So like I said, we're in for upper B modified. Time is 8:55. I've got to be out of here at 10 because I've got a lecture at 11 back at uni. So we're going to have to apply some time-saving techniques to this session. Put in a few intensifiers. So for example, usually I'll do 4 sets of this lateral. Today I'm going to do 3 with a drop set and partials. I'll show you on the last set, just to speed things up. Still getting those like effective reps, so the hard reps, without having to use as much time. So maybe not quite as much talking in this video, just because I'm going to try and have to steam through the session. But nonetheless, still get a good session in. Hopefully you can learn a thing or two about how to get time efficient sessions in. So 1 hour to do it. Bish bash bosh. Ooh. Okay, so last set going in here, like I mentioned, rather than doing 4 sets, we're going to do 3 with a drop set plus partials. So really, like I mentioned about the effective reps, basically the hard reps, the ones that are going to be slow. So we're using that drop set to just get more slow reps. It's not going to be perfectly equivalent to another set, but it's going to be close enough. And especially when I'm trying to save time, that's what's going to be worthwhile. So 1 set of about 8 to 10 to start off with, then I'll drop by a very small amount, get an extra maybe 4 reps, and then pump out some partials. I think something to remember when you are trying to save time with your sessions is that you still need to try and make the sets as effective as possible. So make sure you're still doing your warm-ups as usual, not rushing them, because if you rush them, it's just going to ruin your set. So like, I'll take my time, especially with my first press warming up, do 2 to 3 warm-ups, make sure I'm warm, then I'll do my dumbbell press. And what that means is I can go straight onto the Smith after this. Maybe only have to do 1 warm-up because I'm already kind of prepared and ready to lift that weight. So make sure you actually take some time doing your warm-ups for the first of that kind of movement pattern. So the first press, the first pull, take some time, and that will speed up the rest of your session. Okay. Wow, I can't tell you how much of a win that is. I've done that loads of times before, 40s, but I've not done it since I injured my neck. So that's the first time I've done them in about 2 years, which is pretty awesome. That's like really satisfying. I was doing around 45s before I got injured. So to do 40s now, I feel like I'm getting close to being back at peak pressing strength. Oh. Might as well leave now. That'll do for the session. Right, so someone's using the Smith at the minute, so obviously not going to wait. Just going to go on to the pull movements now, and then finish off with the Smith, or go pull, press, pull, depending on what's free. Like I said in the car, back is feeling a little bit sore, so doing this, like, I can feel my erectors quite a lot. So I'm just going to take a little bit of load off, and then obviously learn for next week that I do need that extra rest day, and that I can't really be training pull on Saturday, then upper on Monday, or at least not to that intensity that I did on Saturday. So yeah, 2 sets going in here, slightly less load, but still going to try and get some good sets out of it. Top set actually went pretty well there, so back off, I'm going to do the same load as last week, see if I can progress it, because I think I probably can, even though back doesn't feel like it should be able to. I think the actual strength is there, so might as well take it. It's literally just my lower back that's sore, probably because I did a block pull, a barbell row with drop sets. Probably, might be that. Nice. 2 reps up. Smith's still taken, so I'll go onto my pull down now. Finish off with Smith, then very quickly bosh out arms. Got about half an hour. Probably going to superset bicep and tricep, depending on how much time. Some absolute psychopath's been doing the stack on this. It's outrageous. Oh, my lats are sore. I think there's probably a lesson in here somewhere that probably actually is okay to train through soreness. You know, obviously if your program's making you really sore session to session every single week, you probably need to change something, because you probably could be recovering better and therefore could be progressing more. But like today, I'm sore, but I'm still progressing. So I have recovered enough to actually progress. Is it optimal? Maybe not. But on a one-off, like, I think it's absolutely fine to train with a little bit of soreness. If anything, I get a better connection. Oh, okay, that was a little bit harder to progress. Okay, back off on here. I'm actually trying to really actively get into that length and range as much as I can. Not necessarily for a hypertrophic benefit. It could do, to be fair. Getting into more of a length and range could be good. But for me, I'm just trying to do it to actually get strong in like the fully lengthened ranges, for shoulder health, for stability on things like my dumbbell press. I've found, I don't know if it's a direct correlation, but the more I get into an overhead position and actually stretch out my lats a little bit, the better my presses have been feeling. So I definitely think, like, for shoulder health, it's a good idea to actually get pretty far overhead. Even though, you know, people are saying, for lats you want to stay within 120 degrees. For me, even if I get a little bit less lat, which it definitely doesn't feel like it, but even if I do, it's worth the benefits for like my shoulders. So you'll see on this set, I'm really trying to get a deep stretch. It's also a lighter load, so it's not dangerous for me to like really push the overhead. I'll also not lean back quite so much, just so I can get a little bit more. set is actually your lat does assist in scapular depression, so I don't actually mind my scapula moving a decent amount. Okay, I'm having to absolutely fly through this now. Got about 8 minutes till I need to leave. So back offset going in here, should be quite a high repper. And then we're on to the arm superset, buy and try. Just going to try and make it as simple as possible. Okay, just a really quick bicep, tricep, supersets finish. Literally just going cable curl, tricep press down. 3 to 4 sets, depending on what I'm getting. Maybe a drop sets finish.
I was hoping for a 6. They locked up all my Jesus, looking lonely in the 6. 11 like a war zone, I'm like standing to the crypts. And I'll be in the band, but it's jumping like the Ritz. Ay. No, don't let me get the drop and you're done. I was 14 and I stopped going shop with my mum. She said, why? I said, I got beef. She's like, what have you done? I said, Mum, it's not me, it's just what I've become.
Right, I'm going to leave the video there. I don't know if it's focused on my face, but I'm going to leave it there. 3 more sets of that. I'm pretty sure I've got time, I've got about 5 minutes. And then we're back in the car, so it takes me a little while to settle the camera setup in the car. So I think it's probably best just put it here. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to subscribe. I think right now I'm like 3 away from 200. So if you're not subscribed, get to 200. I'll be very, very grateful. Got this one cat, he's always in and out of press. Yeah, back to you now, into the lecture. Then some coaching work. Said he wants some DRO. I got this one king sniffing like DRO.